Little fit check. Got the Birks on, thrifted jeans. I don't know where I got this from. And this is a vintage corduroy I've had for a very long time. We're out here on a Monday getting some stuff done. This is Lizzie locking in. Did you just change your screen real quick? What was going on?
It was just a bit of file organisation for the day. Happy Monday.
Welcome back to Monday Diaries. It is hotter than I thought out here and kind of loud too. Hopefully it's not too bad. Got my acai bowl. Well, smoothie. Liam needed the blender cup, so I had to pour it into a bowl. Doesn't look very exciting, but it tastes good. That's all that matters. So welcome back to another episode of Monday Diaries, which is really just me sitting down once a week on a Monday, of course, and talking about life and business and everything in between. So this is usually raw, uncut, unless the traffic noise is too loud. And let's roll straight into it. So on a personal note, my skin's been playing up a bit. I don't know if you can see the redness there, but it's usually an indication of, well, in the past it was sugar, but I pretty much cut sugar out except for natural fruit sugar, I guess. And so it's probably an indication of my body holding stress in some way, which I don't typically outwardly show, so it makes sense that it's internal. Good sign to slow down, spend more time walking, thinking. Take you on less, saying no to more things, probably. Other than that, this last week has been a lot of fun. Our neighbours actually just over the fence here came to our place the other day and with this big green tub and just dropped it on the floor, and we basically had the whole crew in one. So we've got Nene and Davide live next door, Liam and Alina live here with me, and then Flynn, Jenna and Tess live downstairs. So we're all upstairs in the room and just dropped this big old green box and declared war. And it was a box of Nerf Guns that he'd picked up on Facebook Marketplace for like $50. And it was such a throwback to childhood, playing, and it was a lot of fun. I think it was such a nice reminder of just bringing play back in to everyday life. So that was epic. And back into CrossFit as well. So I've always loved functional training. And CrossFit has kind of been a baseline for me the last few years. And they do a CrossFit Open once a year, which is basically everyone around the world who wants to compete at a high level will do the CrossFit Open as a benchmark workout. And then usually they just get everyone else to participate and have fun and do the workout as well, which is what I was involved in. So our gym dresses up in colours and has some fun with it. But it definitely ruined me. I was sore for like days afterwards, but great to get back into that. And I think just like an ice bath or whatever, it's like doing hard things regularly really builds your mind and your tolerance and your ability to continue doing hard things, whether it's in business or in life. So I think it's a great practice, usually first thing in the morning. And I'm eating a lot more. This is fairly easygoing, but a lot of steak, a lot of chicken, a lot more meat, which I'd slim down because Alina's vegan. So most of the time when we eat together, if we eat together, it's not that much meat involved. So now I'm kind of just planning my own stuff. And it came because I sat down, we have a set of scales downstairs. Flynn and Liam were around and we weighed ourselves, and I'm 5 kilos down from what I was this time last year, which is just mind blowing to me. This time last year, to be fair, I was probably the fittest and strongest I'd been, the most consistent with training for months leading up to it. I was eating a lot, I was on creatine, like all of these things. So it was just a real kick up the butt to get back to that. And rough, down 5 kilos. I want to be up 5 kilos from what I was last year. So already up a couple kilos since eating a lot more, so that's cool. Probably water weight as well with creatine, but still, it's a win. And what else? Cammy and Ben were in town for a couple of days. So Cammy, for those who don't know, it was my business partner with a brand that we ran for a couple of years. It was kind of a side project that turned into a full-time project. We've sold somewhere in the realm of 15,000 throw rugs. I don't have any here with me. I wish I did. Maybe I'll put one on the screen. And that was a really cool journey. He's now running that solo. I stepped away to basically build Art of Mondays, which you guys know by now, so I'm not going to talk too much about that. But yeah, having them in town was a bit of a throwback as well, because Cammy and Ben and I have done a lot of travel together. Last year we were in Portugal for a month. The year before that we were in the US for a month. Kind of just a little trio, plus some others from time to time. This year we're going to be in Mallorca for a month. So yeah, I don't know. It's just like the three of us jammed out a lot and been a bit of my support network over the years, and a big inspiration behind why Art of Mondays exists. So there's that as well. And they drove across Australia in like a month, and just came to say hi in Perth, and then flew over to Lombok, which is where they're based. So yeah, that's the life stuff out the way. Art of Mondays wise, a couple things. Last week I mentioned a cold email strategy, so I want to touch on that real quick before I forget it. And I took this from Sean Puri. He had a playbook with a bunch of resources and stuff, and it was a really cool strategy. It was basically, I'll put a screenshot up, but it's basically where you get someone else to send you an email. You know, they've done a bit of background research on this person. They say, hey, check out so-and-so. I think you really like their stuff. I think they'd be a great fit for Art of Mondays, for example. And then I'll go and take that email, I'll do some of my own research, and I'll forward it to the person. So now it's a trace. It's an email trace. So you've got the first email plus my reply forwarded to the person, which is like the most organic way to get in front of someone. We sent a few hundred of those over time. Didn't track it necessarily, just wanted to MVP it, get it out in the world. And we acquired a member through it, which is pretty cool. So for our sub membership, which is the second membership of Art of Mondays, and it was all the proof I needed. Now it's like, how do you put fuel on the fire? How do you continue to split test this strategy, go deeper, do more? So worth checking out and trying for yourself if you're in any sort of lead gen situation. Posting daily on Reels. I actually haven't really been posting daily on Reels. I started it a month and a half ago. I was very consistent with it. Last couple of weeks slacked off totally, so not a lot to talk about here. I did still reach 425,000 accounts. That's just from old videos ticking over. I had 7,310 profile visits. This is all in a week period. I lost 258 followers. Again, I gained about 1,500, lost 1,700 or whatever it is, which is just natural, happens. 88 people clicked the link in my bio, had 2 applications for Art of Mondays, and 0 new members this week, which is not unexpected. We usually see most of the action in the last week leading up to when we open doors for one day a month. So we also know it's a snowball effect when we get our content systems in place and really start pumping that. It's going to be much quicker. So it's almost like this exponential curve that's waiting to take off. There's that graphic. I need to find it. I think it's by, oh my God. That's what you get for living on a highway. Jack Butcher is the name of the guy. Visualized Value is like his brand, and it was a graphic where it's like this line graph and small line, small line, small line, small line, small line, little arrow saying this is pointless, and then the next line is like huge line, and it's just like such a classic, you know, when you're mining for gold and you give up just before you get to the gold. So I think it's at that situation with content systems in particular. So if you're putting out content in the world, you're not seeing success yet, don't worry about it. You will get there. Keep showing up. Okay, well, actually, some people probably want to know what our content strategy will be. I've mapped it all out on Notion at some stage. To be honest, you can probably see it just by us rolling it out and seeing it in person, so I won't share specifically what it is. But it's kind of a combination of a few different strategies in one. But it's on all platforms: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I'm going to start doing some written content as well on Twitter and LinkedIn as well. But lots of fun stuff coming. One account I'm really inspired by is @ByMaximize. They kind of they've taken a real new disruptive edge on motivational content that's quite different to what other people are doing. But what I really like about it is how they feed in their brand. You know, they've got their star logo and it just like flickers in sometimes, and they always have their green text or green. They've got like mugs with Maximize on it, or they've not even launched yet. They don't even have products or a community, but they're still feeding in that brand. I think they've done an incredible job of doing that. So inspired by that, and definitely keen to roll that out. So you see some of that coming soon. Pretty short update today. Next week, or the next week, I'll be recapping. It was my birthday and a bunch of other fun stuff happening. So I'll tell you more about that then. till then, subscribe. Hope you start fucking with Mondays too, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.